Awesome. So here, as we just begin to quiet the mind, quiet the brain, draw the focus in toward your breath as you lie all the way down here. Might feel nice if you have low back issues, maybe any pinching going on today, to take a bend to the knees, walk them as wide as the mat, and let the knees just kind of fall in toward each other. And conversely to that, if you want a little bit of some opening on the inner thighs, you can take the feet together, open the knees out wide in a Supta Baddha Konasana. The eyes begin to close and feel the body start to soften here. Last week was the summer solstice. We entered into Cancer season and entered with a solar eclipse. None of those words resonate with you. Feel free to let the mind wander, seep in. They do. I'd like to take it a little further, inviting in this idea into your practice here today. As moving into Cancer season, lots going on in the world, lots going on in the body. And we are given an opportunity to go within, to check in with the parts of ourselves that need tending to. Some of those parts need a little bit more softness, some need more attention and strength in order to better support our inner light. And the question that comes up here for me as I'm reflecting on the different ways in which maybe I become softer over any considerable period of time. Allow this practice to attune me into this present moment in time. And the question is, I wrote it down here, is how have I been navigating my own nurturing, my own feeding, my own safe space making? So that idea of self-parenting, creating guidelines with which I move more freely. Perhaps that lands with you. Not maybe just draw the focus in toward the breath here. Take a slow and steady breath in through the nose. Fill all the way up. And then open the mouth, let out a big sigh. Again, we'll do that 2 more times. Slowly filling up. Pausing at the top and then opening the mouth, really letting it all go. One more time all together, breathe it in deep. Open the mouth, letting it go. Let the breath return to a natural rhythm. It's allowing the least amount of friction possible with your breath. Allowing that gentle approach to your breath begin to spread over the whole body. through the jaw and the back of the neck. Following the spine all the way down to the tailbone. Feeling the weight of your hips, the back of your pelvis pressing into the floor. And if your knees are not already bent, go ahead and bend your knees. Bringing the feet to the floor. We'll all walk the knees in. They're about hip distance apart with the feet. Curl the arms down by your sides. And right here, just begin to inhale, slowly draw the fingertips up toward the sky. Shoulders relaxing down to the mat. Let your exhale continue that motion, draw the arms up overhead. Inhale to again bring the fingertips reaching up toward the sky. And slowly turning the corner into the exhale, let the arms fall down by the hips. Moving here with your breath, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, letting your arms reach up all the way overhead. Inhale, bringing the fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, palms to the earth. Take 3 more rounds just like this on your own. Notice where you might feel a little bit better if you made a tiny adjustment, like maybe bending into the arms or taking the arms out just a little wider. Honoring exactly what it is that you need in your body. Last one. And the next time your palms come on back down to the earth, feel the feet start to plug in. Lift the toes off of the mat. Feel the balls of the feet, the heels of the feet. Start to ground down. Imagine you can see roots digging down through the heel, into the mat, into the floor. Begin to tuck the tailbone. Lift the hips nice and gently, rolling up into a bridge pose. And at the top here, try to take one more breath in and magnetically draw the heels toward the shoulders. Breathing steady here at the top. And on an exhale, slowly begin to lower the hips down. Moving with the breath, inhale, lift through the hips. Doesn't even have to go up very high. Just feeling this plugging in nature and giving yourself what you need. Maybe it is that kind of powerful dynamic shape of that really high bridge. Maybe it is really attuning into all the pieces of you landed on the ground. We'll take about 3 more here, the bridge option to add the arms if you like. Inhale, lifting the arms as you float the fingertips up toward the sky. Exhale, lowering the hips and the back of the hands up overhead. Inhale again, lifting. Exhale, coming down. One more round here, just like that. The next time all of you has landed, begin to draw the knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around your shins, rock here gently side to side. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed down to the earth. Just feeling this shifting happen side to side, and the hips and the pelvis. Feel the shoulders the spine and the hips down into the ground. One last little shape here on the back. Happy baby, open the soles of the feet to the sky, reach for the ankles or the outside edge of the feet. Feel the knees getting heavy along the outside of your ribs. Take a full belly breath in right here. Feel it as if you can imagine your breath going all the way down into the bowl of your pelvis. Open the mouth, big exhale, let it go. As you close the knees, draw your hands back behind the legs. You can rock and roll along the entire length of your spine. Give it a few different times, massaging into the entire length here. Nice job. When you come up to the top, boat pose. Try to see if you can land into your boat. If not, let the feet come to the mat and then start to make your way in. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. You want a long front body, long back body. And right here, take a lot of space between your toes. So there's kind of this like pointing and flexing action happening in your feet. See if you can reach the fingertips toward the toes and then lift everything up and then breathe here. Steady exhale. Nice job. We're going to cross over the ankles. Make your way to hands and knees. Stepping the feet all the way back. Riding up here, shoulders over the wrists. They might even be slightly forward of the wrists. Knees right underneath the hips. And begin moving through your cat and cow. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the crown of the head and the tailbone, feel the heart shine forward. Exhale to tuck and round, feel the tops of the feet and the shins pressing into the earth. Inhale again, dropping through the belly, lifting the gaze, maybe even opening the eyes. Exhale to round. Keep moving here with your breath. If some organic movement is calling your name, please feel free to invite that in here. Kind of waking up into the spine. Maybe the hips kind of rock side to side. Some C curves. Again, reminding yourself of honoring that nurturing self. Creating a safe space inside your body here. So any type of ideas coming from the brain that say, no, we should be doing this, or it needs to look this certain way, try not to catch a ride with those thoughts. Being gentle wherever you need to be gentle. And then let's all start to begin transitioning this organic movement into a rocking back and forth. So we'll start to sync up the movement with the breath here. Let the exhale tip the tailbone up and back. Let it come all the way down to the heels. And then round into the back, forehead meets the earth. Inhale to lift all the way up to that table pose, finding that cat spine. And tip the tailbone up and back, rock it all the way back. Inhale, taking it all the way to the top, imagining that you could see this undulation of your spine happening through this motion. Try to take about 3 more rounds here. And then we're gonna go ahead and just tuck those toes under. Let the hips rest back at the heels, getting a nice stretch along the sole of the feet. Press actively through the palms and then drop the head down. Feel the length of the spine. Breathe in deeply. Open the mouth, let it go.
From here, keep the toes tucked under, press into the palms, take the tailbone all the way up, downward facing dog. Walk it out, bending into one knee and then the other. Steady the breath back into that easeful, even breath in and out. And then find some stillness here, bending into the knees as much as you need to feel the hips press up and back, the chest draw back toward the thighs, pressing away from the floor. Gently shake the head no here. And slowly begin to tiptoe your feet all the way to the very top of your mat, coming into ragdoll. Feet about hip distance apart, maybe even wider. Grab hold of opposite elbows. Sway from side to side. Just kind of letting this soft, organic shake happen. Letting the spine and the shoulders and the head just drape out of your hips. Swaying side to side, everything is heavy. Breath is full. Slowly begin to release your fingertips to the earth. Heel toe the feet together or closer together. With your next breath in, listen, lengthen into a long spine. Fingertips can come to your shins as a measuring point. Draw the shoulders back toward each other and away from the ears. Find a slight tuck of the chin. Take one more breath in here, draw the belly in. And exhale, soften the knees and fold. 2 more times, just like that with your breath. Inhale, lift to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale for length, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Take your weight heavy into your heels. Roll yourself all the way up to stand. Let the head lift last. Roll the shoulders a couple of times when you get to the top. Right here, heel to the feet so that they're right coming straight out from underneath your hip socket. So feel the stacking of your bones happen here. Begin to take the arms all the way out wide and overhead. And on your exhale, we're going to twist over to the right. So your left arm comes across the body, right arm comes to the back. And shift your gaze toward that right shoulder, maybe toward the back of the mat, somewhere in space. And in this twist here, see if you can imagine a thread coming out the top of your head, lifting a little bit more toward the sky, and then press that right hip further forward. Breathe here. And just as gently as you can, imagine unwinding from the very base of your spine here. So slowly releasing the arms down by the sides. We'll take it to the other side. Inhale, sweep the arms out, up. Exhale, find your twist. Right arm crosses over the body. Left arm tucks toward the right hip. Finding that left shoulder drop away from the ear, gazing toward the left shoulder or maybe even somewhere in space behind you. Draw the low belly in, find that height, pressing down through both heels, and then the left hip presses forward in space to really ignite the center and the base of the twist. Take your breath. And begin unwinding all the way up, releasing those arms down. Inhale, sweep the arms forward this time, coming up overhead. And exhale, hinge at the hips, fold it all the way down. Inhale, lift to lengthen, long spine. Exhale and fold. Weight heavy in the heels, come all the way up to stand. Let those arms come all the way up forward of you. And exhale, hands leading the way, forward fold. Inhale, lift to lengthen. Exhale to fold. One more time, come all the way up. Arms up overhead. And exhale, send it all the way down to the earth. Lengthening into the spine. Exhale, plant your hands. This time we're going to step both feet back into plank pose. Top the push-up here. Lengthening the tailbone down toward the heels. Everybody find some length through the crown of the head, so that kind of feels like drawing the chin back and toward the throat. Lengthen the tailbone, squeeze the legs, squeeze the low belly. Take another breath in. Exhale, lower the knees, and then lower the whole belly to the mat. Reach the hands back toward the hips. Keep the feet, tops of the feet really plugged into the mat here as you inhale, roll the shoulders up and back, locust pose prep. Exhale, slowly come down. Inhale again, rolling the shoulders up and back, shine the heart. Exhale, come on down. Last one here, if you really would like to float the feet, go right ahead. Try to keep the heels toward each other, try to touch the toes. And then soften the belly, breathe it in again at the top. Exhale, release those hands toward the earth. Press the hips back to the heels, child's pose. Try to keep the knees together here, feeling a length in the entire spine. Let the forehead come all the way down to the earth. Take a deep full body breath, expanding the back and the side ribs. Open the mouth, let it breathe. Walk the hands over to the left, coming off of the mat and onto the floor. Draw the right hip back, feel that entire side body stretch here just for one breath. And walk the hands over to the right, doing the same thing over here. Draw the left hip back, stretch through the whole left side ribs. And on your way to center, spread the fingers, commit the palms to the mat. Inhale, lift your weight all the way up. Downward facing dog. Notice that the breath is beginning to change form here. Starting to move the body a little bit more. Maybe a slight constriction is forming in the back of your throat. That's your Ujjayi pranayama, victorious breath. It'll help you create more heat and more structure in the center of your belly. If you're ever creating too much heat, take a deep, full breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, big exhale, let it go. Slowly begin to walk your feet again to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen into the spine. Exhale and fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Reach those arms up overhead. Here, we're going to shift the weight into the left foot. Feel that whole left foot plug into the mat. Strength up the legs. Lift the right knee. Pick it up in line with the right hip. Notice right away if kind of the back of your neck or the back of your shoulders is coming in to save the day here. See if you can kind of relax there. Feel that strong left leg. Feel the flexing of the right foot all the way down, energy through. Don't hold your breath here. Bring the hands down by the hips. And if it would feel nice, interlace the hands together behind the hips, finding maybe a slightly open chest here. Lengthen the back of the neck. And then we're going to slowly transition. Start to press that right foot all the way back, finding a warrior three variation. Try to be dropping that right hip down. Draw the low belly in. And then we'll all just drop the right foot to the back of the mat. Awesome job here. Release the grip of the arms, take the arms up overhead. And exhale, arrows. You sweep the hands down by the hips, lower the chest halfway. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale again, slowly. Just navigating your way through here. Really press through that back foot. Inhale, take it up. And exhale. This one we're gonna hold it down. Really feel that cobra or locust chest happening here, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. And then gently start to bring that right arm to the ground. Plant that right hand, let that left arm sweep up to the sky, finding a twist here. You can always drop the back knee if this is a lot on your shoulder or your hip. Where again here can you soften, allowing this present moment to be all that you can do. Reflecting on all the ways that you can feel yourself softer in this shape than maybe some other time that you've done it. Take a big breath in. Exhale, left hand makes its way down to the mat. Lower the right knee. Rock the hips back. This is where your blocks might become your best friends. Coming into half split. So in my half split, I really like to slide that left heel forward so that I can really keep my hips over the right knee. Flex the left toes to the sky. See if you can start to hinge at that hip, really plugging the left hip back. Breathe here. Let's slowly begin to release. Walking forward, maybe placing your blocks off to the side. Propping yourself up with your fingertips, let's all lift the back knee. Spin that heel down. We're opening here into warrior two. So you want that back foot to be parallel with the back edge of your mat as you inhale all the way open, lifting your chest up. Breathing here, we'll take 3 pumping warriors here. Your breath in straightens that front leg, takes the arms up overhead, look up between the palms. Exhale, settle down. Where can you soften? 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale, coming all the way into that warrior two, settling in, deepening the hinge in the front knee. Go into extended side angle, left elbow down, either inside of or on top of your left knee, send the right arm to the sky. Something that I like to do here is to drop my right hand, kind of cradle the back of the skull here, and then lean the head back here. Kind of a nice release on the neck. Keep pressing actively into the entire right leg and the entire right foot. If you have taken the hand behind the head, release it up to the sky. And option to take a bind or a half bind here, dropping that right arm all the way, tucking it into the left hip pocket. If you're going for the full bind, you might reach the left arm underneath that left leg. Perhaps see if you can take the hips a little deeper. Steady the breath, 3 intentional breaths right here. And as you release, letting go of the binds, we're going to take 1 reverse here, straighten that front leg, sweep the left arm all the way to the sky. And exhale, cartwheel it all the way down. Stepping back into your plank pose. Lowering all the way to the mat. Option to drop the knees. Inhale, for your choice, you can take that locust we did earlier, or if you just want to take cobra pose here, also a great choice. Making your way to downward facing dog. Breathe all the way in. Let it all the way out. Slowly come high onto the toes as you bend the knees. Step or float both feet all the way to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift to lengthen when you get there. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand with those arms up overhead. And reaching here, shifting your weight into the right leg. Maybe you kind of roll out the shoulders, let go of that side. And bring the mind's self-talk back into this place of giving yourself that love and compassion and new and easeful shapes. As you shift your weight into your right leg, lift the left knee. Feeling that whole foot energized, activated, and slowly let the hands reach back. Perhaps interlacing the fingers again, maybe just taking the hands to the hips if your shoulders aren't feeling ready to open that way today. Draw the low belly in, see if you can get a little taller here. Yes. And then slowly start to press that left foot back, finding that warrior three shape. Those left toes dialed down toward the earth. Resist the urge to kind of hike that hip up to counterbalance here. Maybe that means you should let the foot come down a little lower. Awesome job. Let's release the hands, drop the left toes. Woo. And find that crescent moment. Relaxing the shoulders here. Feeling this ease come all the way up through the fingertips. So the left hip press forward, breathe in for length. And exhale, find that arrow. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, arrow. Inhale up. And last one, we're going to hang out here. Sending your gaze to the earth. And then your right hand comes down. Open the left arm to the sky. Did I switch on you? Yeah, sorry, your right arm is to the sky. Breathing here. Gently let the right arm come all the way down. Spin the back heel down, opening up into your warrior two here. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Finding your stance. Noticing if this side has some different sensations associated with it. We'll take those 3 pumping warriors. Relax your shoulders. Inhale. Breathe it in. Straighten the front. Exhale. Relax it down. Inhale. Exhale down. Last one up. And last one down here. Taking that right elbow down. Finding your extended side angle here. Again, kind of just exploring this shape. Where can you soften? If you like the hand behind the head, that's a great option. Another option I'll add on this side is taking the left hand to the top of your left shoulder and just making some big circles with that elbow. Last breath here, and you'll exhale, find the bind. Maybe it's a half bind, maybe it's a full bind. Notice if you're kind of dumping all of your weight into that right shoulder, lift out through the shoulder, little to no weight in the elbow. And as we release, left arm to the sky, straighten that front leg, reverse it all the way up. Let that exhale wind you all the way down. Finding your plank pose. Lower all the way to mat. Inhale, lifting into your cobra. Exhale, taking the hips to downward facing dog. Right here, we're going to take a full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale high onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees and step or float your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, find that lift, lengthen here. Exhale and fold. Let's hang out here in your fold. You'll toe your feet hip distance apart. Find some buoyancy in the knees, a little bit of bend. And take your right hand, plant it down right in front of the right foot. Inhale, sweep the left arm to the sky as you straighten into the left leg. Breathe into this twist, letting it stretch all the way up. Perhaps you even drop that left hand behind you, tucking it into the right hip. Slowly begin to release. Let the exhale come all the way down the center. We're going to just take it right over to the other side. Inhale, right arm up, straight into the right leg. Perhaps finding that little half bind. Bending into your left knee to really find the length on the right side. And exhale, releasing all the way down. Inhale, lift to lengthen long spine. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, reach those arms to the sky. And exhale, hands to the heart. We'll begin to sit the hips down into chair pose. If you know that you like your feet together, go ahead and sit those, kind of heel-toe them together. All keep our hands right in front of our heart. Sink the hips down. Take a look down, make sure you can see your toes. And we're going to take a twist here. Left elbow to the right knee. Try to line the thumbs up in front of your heart. And then take a look down and make sure your knees are still in the same plane. They're still lined up with each other. That left one might have a tendency to try to poke it forward. Feel the low belly come in to find more length in the twist. Release your gaze down to the earth. Keep the twist. And we're going to slowly step the left foot to the very back of your mat. Try to see if you can catch some hang time. Otherwise, just try to make this very slow as possible. Lower the left knee. Right here, begin to open the arms, expand here. And if you're here and you want a deeper sensation or more strength, feel free to kind of, again, lift the knee, or just keep it down, feeling the activation of the twist right at the navel. Take one more breath here. See if you can soften the back of the neck and back up between the shoulder blades. And then exhale, round the right arm all the way forward. Bring the arms both up Exhale, half split. Roll the right toes to the sky. Slow and steady with the breath. And start to walk it forward. Turn all 10 toes to that long edge of your mat as you start to walk your hands over to that side. Coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Heel toe your feet a little closer than you normally have them. And try to see if you can lift and lengthen through the spine. Hands right underneath the shoulders. Take a deep full breath in here. And then exhale as you walk the hands between the feet. Let the crown of the head reach down toward the earth. Bring the breath along here. And keep yourself in line with anything that's coming up for you, mentally or physically or spiritually, emotionally. Just letting it all come and have a seat with you. Observing as it comes and goes. You're going to release the hands underneath your shoulders, lift and lengthen the back. And begin to draw the heels in, coming all the way down into the hips with a Malasana squat. Might feel nice to kind of explore this shape here. Be rocking a little side to side. Or find your moment of stillness here. Palms pressing together right in front of your heart. See that you are pressing more into the outer edges of your feet. Feel how that activates the legs and the glutes all the way up. And then imagine you can watch that activation draw all the way up the spine, softening into the neck, maybe lengthening all the way up. Breathe steady. Begin to release the palms to the earth. As you lift the hips, turn the toes forward. Find that flat back. And exhale, we're going to actually walk toward the back of your mat here. Finding your hands framing your left foot. Send the right foot up behind you. Finding a quick little L stand here. Take a deep breath in for length. Exhale, draw the right foot down next to the left. Inhale, stand up so tall, reach the arms high. And exhale, we're gonna come right into that chair twist here. Palms together, right elbow down to the left. Lengthening all the way up the spine. See that your hips are lower than your heart and your knees are both in line with each other. Steady breath in. And let your exhale keep the twist. Take your gaze down toward the right foot. Slowly step it all the way to the back of your mat as gracefully or not so gracefully as you can and lower that right knee. Regather your twist and then maybe expand the arms open. Spread through the fingers. Full expression of all the joy here. Rounding that left arm back and down. Reach the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, fingertips down, find your half split here. Just for a breath. Walking it forward. Lift through the back knee, and again, walking your hands over to that side of the mat. And finding this sort of continuing
Rounding walk all the way up to the front of your mat. And as you step up onto that right leg, finding your L stand with your left leg. Slowly lower the left foot down next to the right. And then we're going to drop the hips here all the way into a little tiny ball. Lift the heels as high as you can. Squeeze the ankles toward each other, squeeze the knees, and then round the nose in between the knees. This might be a great place to stay with your hands on the ground or on blocks. If you want to add a little bit of balance here, try wrapping one or both hands around your shins. Soften here. And when you're ready, try to make it as controlled as possible. Lower the hips all the way to the earth. Take the knees wide. Oh, good job, you guys. Coming into a bound angle here. Hands toward your ankles. Use the elbows to draw the knees out wider. And feel the length in your spine, the heart leading the way here. So don't worry so much about rounding down and getting your nose to your feet. Just think about drawing the belly button toward the heels. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Steady inhale. Easy exhale. And on your way up, use your hands to close your legs. One last little boat pose here, leaning back, lifting through the chest. Lift the feet. Hands can either be on the ground to support you. They can be behind your knees to give you a little bit more length. Or you can reach the palms toward the thumbs. Toward the toes. Keep plugging the shoulders back, belly in, heart high. And gently, slowly melt the whole body down onto your back. Hug your knees to your chest. Just like where we began. Gently rocking side to side, allowing the shoulders, the spine, and the hips to be heavy on the mat. Take a big, big inhale here. Open your mouth, let it all go. Come into a supine twist here. Extend the right leg long and hug the left knee into the chest. Keep the right leg very active here, so aim the toes up toward the sky. And use your right hand to start guiding your left knee all the way across the body, stacking the hips here. It's possible that you have another twist that you just love doing toward the end of your practice. That's always welcome. And honoring the boundaries inside your own self. Letting gravity take over here. When you're ready to start unwinding, bring the chin back to center, and then use the arms to draw the left knee into the chest. Give it one more squeeze here. It might even feel good to let that knee kind of open up into a half wind removing pose. And then gently switch out your legs. Bringing the right knee in. Actively pressing into the mat with your left heel
all the way up through your left leg. And then use your left arm to guide that knee across the body, opening into a long twist here. And when you're ready, as you start to unwind, of that right knee into the chest, perhaps even opening it up wide. And then release both legs long. Take your arms up overhead. And then bring the palms together in front of your heart here. Interlace the fingers and then press the palms up toward the sky. Shoulders stay relaxed down to the mat. Flex the feet, breathe it in. Breathe it out. With your inhale, take the arms up overhead. Really start to stretch the body very, very long here. Reach past the fingers and past the toes. Maybe reaching one foot longer than the other at a time. And then slowly draw your whole self into a tiny little ball, wrapping the arms around the shins, squeezing everything you can as tight as possible, squeezing your eyebrows and your ears and even your toes. Take a deep full breath in with all of this constriction and restraint. And then exhale, expand the body very long, coming into Shavasana. Letting the feet have their own corner of the mat. Letting the palms open themselves to the sky. Feeling the shoulders softly melt as they roll open. And at the very top, let the neck start to get its own calibration here by rocking the head side to side. Finding this natural traction with your neck as the body lays. Begin allowing yourself this moment of surrender. This moment of tending to the softer part of ourselves. The part that may not always enjoy resting. And when you have taken care of all of the adjustments that you need, maybe setting your props up for the most successful Shavasana, or your clothes or your hair, let yourself breathe in fully and deeply and without any reservation. And then open the mouth big and wide. Let it all go. Trusting that the work that we do in self-tending and self-parenting is enough. For that heart space, the light within, to gently steer us in the right direction. We have to exist together. Structure and ease. Discipline and freedom. Fear and faith. Light and dark.
Allow yourself these last few minutes to simply be. Nowhere, no agenda to honor just these last few moments of this hour that you have carved out for you. Begin to deepen your breath. Allow it to fill you from end to end. Each of your fingertips, front body and back. Begin to bring a little bit of movement. Perhaps even stretching the arms up overhead as you bend to the knees and rock them gently from side to side. Waking yourself up still as if you have nowhere to be. Just gently allowing yourself, as you're ready, to curl up onto your favorite side. Pausing there for just a moment to tend to this idea of what needs to be carried on. I don't mean that in the sense of a grocery list or a to-do list, but what might have come up here in this last 60 minutes that you'd like to carry with you and to maybe pick up later? And what might you be ready to leave behind? And that choice is made, honoring it by pressing into the floor, lifting your way up into a strong and comfortable seat. Keeping the eyes closed if that feels good to you, or maybe just setting your gaze onto the ground in front of you. Take a moment here, feel yourself rising all the way up. Feel a softness come over your jaw, sides, and the back of your neck. Relaxing the shoulders down, letting the belly feel soft. The hips heavy and warm. And we'll take one full inhale, sweeping the arms out wide overhead. Palms meet overhead as you drop the hands in front of your heart. Bowing your chin to your chest, honoring that light deep within you that sits deep within the heart space. That very same light that is in you is also in me and every other living thing. As we move forward in our day and our weekend, may we allow this light to bless and multiply all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. My light bows and honors yours. Thank you. Thank you, my dears. Let me complete this recording and I'll invite you to